when the very people employed to protect Americans leave thousands with bruised bodies, burned eyes, locked behind bars, tasting their own blood. The land of the free adopts an entirely new image.
The travesty of democracy, the way the police are totally suppressing the people's rights to assemble and to protest. And I joined the force to protect people's rights to assemble and protest, not to squash them.
In recent months, U.S. police officers have made an enemy of those citizens using their freedom of speech to protest against corporate greed and corrupt politics. Today's breed of American law enforcement is dressed in riot gear and armed with heavy weaponry, body armor, flash bangs, tear gas, and lethal projectiles. As tens of thousands of Americans assemble, cops have been accused of creating confrontation, not diffusing it.
There is no honor in this! There is no honor in this!
She's a journalist! A level of police brutality so bad, a former Marine sergeant couldn't stay silent.
If you want to go fight, go to Iraq and Afghanistan.
A war veteran who survived 2 tours in Iraq was seriously injured by local police officers using flash grenade canisters against Occupy protesters.
What's your name? What's your name?
24-year-old Scott Olson was hospitalized with serious head injuries. In Seattle, the oldest victim of the police-turned-paramilitary was an 84-year-old activist temporarily blinded by pepper spray. The United States, which bills itself as the pillar of international law and democratic freedoms, has consistently placed itself on the world stage as the self-appointed beacon of moral authority.
We call upon the Iranian government to abide by the international obligations that it has to respect the rights of its own people. Instead of respecting the rights of his own people, Gaddafi chose the path of brutal suppression. Innocent civilians were imprisoned and in some cases beaten.
Meanwhile, at home, as dissent in America grows louder, many say Washington's glass house of hypocrisy has shown beautiful symmetry.
They want people to be able to have freedom of speech, but they don't want that freedom to interfere with them in any way, to be in any way disruptive or challenging to them.
The line that traditionally separated U.S. soldiers from civilian law enforcement has arguably been erased, replaced by what's being dubbed the American militarization of police tactics. Tactics which reflect major cracks in the foundation of American principles such as democracy and human rights. Incidentally, the same principles the U.S. continues to teach all other countries about. Marina Portnaya, RT, New York.